Hey friends, it's spooky season, spooky ooky season, and you know what time it is. Time to pick a TBR, but first we're gonna have an Alani. You know, this is my last witch's brew and I need another case, like for real. This is the best flavor and you can't tell me anything different. Okay, now I know sometimes I do TBR prompts like from a TBR jar and everything like that, but it's spooky season and I picked out some books that I want to read. Okay, I know for sure I want to read these, so these are the ones we're gonna read on the spooky season TBR. I have 6 physical books, but then I have a few other like audiobooks that I have on my Hoopla or Libby app that fit perfect for the season that I have saved and I might get to. Okay, the first book we have is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler, and this is actually the graphic novel version. I've never read an Octavia Butler book. I don't know why I've always been so scared of reading her books, but I figured that the graphic novel version would be an easy gateway into the greatness that I always hear Octavia Butler's writing is. So I'm excited for this. The next book on the TBR is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is the prequel to the Divine Rivals series, well, duology. And I'm so excited for this. This was actually on last month's TBR and I did not get to it, but I started this last night and I'm only 1 chapter in, but I'm loving it so far. It follows a girl named Matilda who was born from gods, so she's a goddess, and the male main character of the story is immortal. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. So far, like I said, only 1 chapter in, it's literally her being born and like a god of war holding her, and they're visiting like the goddess of death. It's like all that in chapter 1. Okay, I'm excited. I really love Divine Rivals. That was one of the first duologies I read when I first got back into reading. The next book that we have is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I have never read a V.E. Schwab book, but I hear she's good with the pen. And I don't know much about this book. The only thing that I know is lesbian vampires, and that's the only thing that I needed to know. That's the only thing I needed to know. I'm here, I'm set. I wanna know what you're talking about, lady. Let's see what the back says. 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high and one grows deep and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. Yep. The next book we have is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I have read The 7-Year Slip by her. I loved it. I enjoyed it. This book, I think it has to do with the female main character fall in love with a guy who is not alive anymore, clearly. But it sounds good to me. Why not? This is the best time to read it. I wanted to read it last year. I did not, but we're definitely gonna read it this spooky season. When else would you read a romance about falling in love with a ghost? Now is the time to read this book. The next 2 books are actually from the library. We have Up in Smoke by Nick Brooks. He's actually from the DMV, where I'm from. I actually found him on TikTok, and I know one of the owners of one of my favorite bookstores, Mahogany Books, did the audiobook for this. So I was like, oh, I really want to check it out. I seen it in the library, and so we got it. I'm pretty sure this is a YA book. I don't know if it's like a mystery or what. I feel like it's a mystery, so I don't typically want to know too much about it. I like going into books fairly blind. This one says, a girl determined to clear her brother's name, a boy desperate to keep his own out of the line of fire, a secret smoldering between them. I don't know, Up in Smoke. Yeah, it's on the TBR. And then the next book is another book that I got from the library called Matchmaking for Psychopaths. I don't know nothing about this either, but come on, the name, the cover, it looks like 2 like creepy little dolls in a car, split, dater beware. I don't know, it sounds pretty interesting. When I first got it, I definitely read the synopsis. I don't remember what it says now. I think it was like her fiance disappears or something, and then I don't know, but it sounds good to me. And then the next books on my radar for my spooky season TBR are Mate by Ali Hazelwood. That comes out, I think, next week. And I'm excited for that because I enjoyed Bride, okay? I loved Bride. I don't want to say what I enjoyed in that book, but if you read that book, you know, you know. I think that was a breaking point for some people. They were like, oh no, I don't like this, or some people liked it. I fell into liking. Y'all, my baby just got here. I also have the audiobook for Whispers at the Lake by Shanora Williams. I'm excited about that. I haven't read any Shanora Williams books before, and I'm very embarrassed by the fact that I haven't. But I have the ALC, and I've had the ALC for like almost 2 months and haven't listened to it on my NetGalley. But I want to listen to it because it's a pretty short audiobook, and this is the perfect time to read a thriller and to finally get into Miss Shanora Williams, because that woman writes in pretty much every genre, it seems like, because I know she has thriller books, she has romance books, she has fantasy books, and I hear all of them are great. So this is where we're gonna start, and I'm definitely gonna get it in, okay? And then there's also The Black Girl Survives in this one. This is like a book of short stories. I want to say they're all by Black authors, but the cover of it really caught me, and they have the audiobook on my Hoopla. So I definitely have this on my radar for this month as well. Those are pretty much all the books that I want to read in the month of October. Let me know what you want to read. What's your favorite spooky season books? Like, what really stuck with you? I know I have a few that I enjoyed last year. Maybe I need to make a list of like recs that I've already read. Let me know if that's something you guys would want to see. But thank you so much for watching. Happy reading this fall.